Hey ho, let's go. Thank you for joining us again this week. We are here to keep you updated on the Game 3 of the Mariner Blue Jay series, otherwise known as the Seattle Massacre right now. On tonight's show, we'll take a look at postseason performances and the fantasy value for the next season. And we're going to review the second base, shortstop, third base positions from 2025 with a sneak peek at some of those guys for 2026. But before we get to all that, as we always do, we begin by asking you the question, where else would you rather be than right here, right now? You're looking live at our split studios. This is Fantasy Baseball Now, episode 59 for our show, part of the Ball9.com podcast network. I am Sean. This is Mike. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy we get to talk about how Mark Vientos and Luis Rengifo fucked me this year on multiple teams that weren't National League only.
That's one.
And maybe we can spend a couple of minutes, since it's off-season GM time in Major League Baseball for the teams that have been eliminated, while we watch the lowly Canada's team, the little engine that could with the fifth highest payroll in baseball, get swept out by Seattle. Fuck them too. Making videos about the Yankees lose. How about winning a game? Let's try that. Jesus.
You're still insulting.
Rob Manfred is so terrified that the Dodgers won't be in the World Series that the Game 4 umpire had the lowest home plate rating in Major League Baseball this year, and he's umping Game 4. First of all, he's a playoff umpire. Second of all, he's umping Game 4. Kudos to the Dodgers. Well, not because of forget the noise. Just forget the noise. When you roll 8 innings, an epic performance, and epic. I mean, Kevin Cash would have pulled him after inning 5 by Blake Snell in Game 1.
That little black book
and then you back it up with the guy that everybody said was going to be a bust, and he kind of looked like it last year with injury, and get a complete game. You get 17 innings out of your starters.
Yeah.
When your bullpen's a train wreck. I said it after the World Series last year. When Dave Roberts bullpenned his way to a world championship, I'm never criticizing Dave Roberts again. And what Dave Roberts has realized is his bullpen's awful. Awful. Like the shelf life on Sasaki seems to have run out. So he's either been in the bullpen long enough to decide he wants to be as shitty as everybody else down there, or he just could be tired. He hasn't pitched a lot of innings this year, and he's in a new role and the emotion of the playoffs, all that stuff. He's like, we got $1 billion in starters. We're going to roll them.
Yeah, we said it in March.
We're going to win one game at a time. And I'm not going to worry about whether, 125 pitches from Yamamoto is going to let him go in a Game 6 if we have a Game 6. I'm not worried about Game 6. I'm winning Game 2, and I'm dealing the best I got. And he's done with both. He's done it with both.
Their mantra all year was keep the starters healthy until October. That's all that mattered. That's why the fantasy value wasn't great before the season, because they didn't care. They're going to make the playoffs. But you think about how scary the Dodgers are. They haven't really, up until last night, they haven't gotten anything from Ohtani, Betts, and really Freddie Freeman.
The top of the order is like 5 for 47.
Yeah,
it's not good. And no Judge talk with Ohtani though. I mean, he's 1 for 20. Maybe Emmanuel Clase can shed a little light on that.
Snell is the reason I wanted to talk about this.
Yeah, it's a good segment.
I don't see a lot of Blake Snell in the regular season when I don't like him. And he's hurt my team before. But he's on the West Coast, and
he's only won 2 Cy Young awards. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I know, but you know what? I traded a very young Juan Soto for him back in the day, and I haven't gotten over that yet. So I'm a little hurt.
Should be.
But I've watched him more in the playoffs than I have in the last 2 years regular season. I don't know how anybody gets a hit off this guy, but so you see him now. More eyes are on baseball now. It's postseason. But yet you can't trade him in our league with your excess pitching
for a sixth round pick. I couldn't
Which
get
is really an 11th round pick when you factor in our keepers.
Yeah.
So what is it? Because postseason should enhance, and the other guy, Clayton Kershaw, who I love, he's in the Team Pugsley Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But in the postseason, he was always going to be a commodity of the next year at the draft. No matter how bad he was in the postseason, but it hurt his trade value, I thought, in the offseason, if you were interested in doing that, because everybody's watching and he always struggled. So what is it with Snell? You've had him.
Kershaw statistically is one of the 5 best pitchers in the history of Major League Baseball from a fantasy perspective. He was in my top 5, and it surprised you, but he was. But his stats say that. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Legacies are made in the postseason, right?
Yep.
On Snell, first of all, with the bags under his eyes, does the guy ever sleep? I mean, he looks like a 71-year-old man pitching. But part of his 162 value challenge is he always is hurt. He sucks until Memorial Day. He's the opposite of Henry Rodriguez.
Why does he suck until Memorial Day, though?
I don't think he takes it seriously until I don't think I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. His last 6 starts, his whip is like 0.2.
Yeah.
His ERA is under a half a run. Like September, he was insane. Last year, he came back from an injury, and from June 1st on, he was the best pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he's just playing catch.
A ton of guys out, and he's on a team that wins. So he gets you 4 out of 5 pitching categories in a 5x5 league. He's impossible not to save. He's impossible to trade for any perceived value.
I don't want him on my team because I have no patience, none. And
you got to have. He's a great fit. He's a great fit. He really is a really, really good fit if you have a stud. Like I have Skeens and Green.
Yep.
And if I decide to save 3 pitchers, he's a bonus save for me, because at some point he's going to give me everything I need with Skeens and the now rumored to be traded Hunter Green. That's another mind numbing. I get it. Now that I think more about it, I do get it, because they need bats and they have so much pitching, and he's going to be arbitration eligible, and they're cheap and blah, 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 blah. I get all that, but it's Hunter Green. But Snell is weird. Snell is one of those weird guys. He's the opposite of Blake Wheeler. Blake Wheeler is an animal in the postseason, but he's also, until he got this serious injury, this life-threatening injury he'll be back from that. He's also an animal in the regular season, and he never misses a start. Yeah. Snell misses a lot of starts. So you, as a non-patient person, and me, who's probably overly patient, we'll get to that when we talk about position rankings, especially at third base. It's a bad mix, right? So if you're quick to trigger and you don't have patience, you're not going to keep them, and you're certainly not going to save them because you don't trust them. So he's definitely in a deeper dynasty league. There's no way you can not have him on your team. You can't let him go.
Yep.
And he's not pitching for a contract anymore. He's in a contract. He's not like, it's not San Diego where he's going to pitch his ass off because he's trying to get paid. He got paid. So there's no more, there's not this, he's going to pitch to his contract. He is what he is, right? Tampa, he was a 5-inning starter because it's Tampa.
Because that's what Tampa does.
That's what they do.
Even though you could win the World Series, but get him the fuck out of there, because God forbid, he see the lineup for the 3rd time.
Yeah, don't let him see the lineup for the 3rd time. He's only got a perfect game going for 6. Let's get him out of there.
Get him out. What's my black book say?
Cheater said it the other night when they took Gausman out in game 2. And he goes, on the bench as hitters, when a guy was dealing, we were rooting for him to get out of the game.
Yep.
He goes, pitchers that are dealing, they get pulled because of the analytics. He goes, the bench gets a lift. Like, we can't hit this guy. These next guys we can hit. We already know we can't. This guy we can't hit tonight. So it's where analytics overrule feel is in those circumstances, and certainly the Blue Jays felt it the other night, and they're feeling it tonight too.
Well, you can't groove a fastball like that to Julio Rodriguez once the calendar hits July.
No, that's right. Same guy, right?
Same guy.
Maddening. What's he doing? Franchise-changing player. Terrible until the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, he's Julio Rodriguez. He's Julio Rodriguez.
It's crazy.
I mean, he's a phenomenal player. And then you got Jorge Polanco with the greatest value $7.5 million contract apparently in the history of baseball, who nobody can get out in the playoffs. Jesus.
Yeah, they're rolling.
Well, they're a fun story. It'd be nice to have a West Coast World Series. People will be thrilled about that.
Yeah,
508 games in Dodger Stadium. The crowd for the first 3 innings will be like 1,100 people. Great. People trying to make their way to the ballpark.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if the Brewers got it. Losing 2 at home and heading down there is a big problem.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for that. Like that small market Toronto team that has made it. They play baseball the right way. I mean, they do have the 6th highest payroll in baseball. Like they're 4th in revenue to payroll in Major League Baseball. Like, I feel real bad for them. Feel terrible for them. Really bad.
Before we get to our the rankings, we were done with last week's show when was it Ryan Kirkering had that play in Philly? What's the feedback among the always classy and graceful Philadelphia faithful? Are they donating money to his favorite charity like Bill's Mafia might? Or
no,
no, they're not doing that.
No. They're seemingly. I will say though, the numbness of the numbness of losing to the Giants definitely dulled the pain of losing that.
Was that the worst night in the history of Philadelphia sports? How
about the worst week?
Well, the Flyers started. At least the Sixers weren't playing.
For the first time since 1983, on Sunday, the Eagles, the Phillies, and the Flyers all lost on the same day. That started it. That started the whole mess, right? Then the Phillies lose again. Then they got to go to LA and they lose again. And the night before, the Eagles inexplicably lose to the Giants. It's been a rough week.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week. It's been fun because I do like the Phillies a little bit, but not to that point. But they have the same problem. They have the same issues with them are the same issues that the Dodgers are having with their top 3, except the Dodgers lineup has more length.
Yeah.
And Kirkering had a brain fart. There's no doubt about it. My bigger take on it was this is how much people hate the Yankees, right? Cole does a very similar thing in the World Series last year. Total brain fart, doesn't cover first base. And it's still being talked about.
Oh, I've enjoyed every meme.
With great joy.
Yes.
In the immediacy after Kirkering does this, is he going to get the Trey Turner standing ovation treatment next year? Like, the team needs to embrace him. It's a kid. He made a mistake. We've all, major league players, Bob File, like until you've been on the mound in that situation, you have no idea what's going to, like, all that stuff. Yet Garrett Cole cost the Yankees a World Series last year.
Garrett Cole's contract has more zeros in it.
A lot
more zeros. That's why.
A lot. Many more.
The Kirkering thing. I know Real Muto was pointing to first base in that spot. The place is going nuts. Even though they had a mound visit, you know what to do with the ball. I can understand why it happened. And who knows if he had gone to first base, he probably was going to rush that throw.
Well, he might have thrown it down the right field line. I mean,
that could have looked like it could have turned into Anthony Volpe there trying to throw.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been.
I
mean, it very well could have been. I mean, you don't know. The right play was to first base, and I know that Real Muto was like pointing to first base, but he didn't even he was so. Once he didn't field that cleanly,
yeah,
any logical thought or any pre-thought of what to do went right out the window.
Sure.
Because now you're in full panic mode, and he panicked.
It's reactive. Flip the script.
You know what? They should have never been there. They left a million guys on.
Yes, they
didn't
did.
hit.
Flip the script to Bryce Terang the other night, taking some heat for not diving into that ball from Shrine.
Jesus, come on. They don't Chase Utley would have let that hit him. You know what? I don't think he would have. I think the natural reaction is to get the hell out of the way.
Dissenting view from the big man of Massachusetts was all over him today, just saying, you got to know that going up there, you have anything inside, you got to stick your elbow out. You got to make sure you get hit.
It's at his feet. It's 97 and diving at his feet.
Yep.
Like you react in the moment. It's easy for us to criticize.
It's a split second. That's why I don't think you can bang.
It's easy to criticize things you've never done. So easy, right? Everybody's a couch player and a couch GM. And we are in couch GM season. If I see one more trade of prospects for Screwball and Skeens and Green.
Was the one I saw the other day, Volpe, Dominguez, and another Yankee.
Spencer Jones or Luis Hill.
Oh, for Skeens.
For
somebody's
Skeens.
like, why won't the Yankees do this? I'm like, well,
yeah.
Who's going to tell them?
Look, and El Jefe's response to that was, these are offers you make at 2 a.m. drunk when you know that the owner in fantasy baseball, when you know that the owner of Skeens is also drunk. And I'm like, yeah, and he just gave up a run in 5 innings and only struck out 7. That's when you pounce. I see trade offers for Hunter Green, and I'm like, did you look at the Reds?
Tie game, by the way.
I saw Volpe for Neto the other day. I'm like, the Angels are never doing that.
Two-run homer for the Blue Jays, Jimenez.
They're never doing that.
No.
They're just not.
No, but that's a trade that you did to me back in 1991 when it was shitface and you stole Barry Larkin from me in like an 18-player trade.
I
thought forcing me to sign the affidavit at 3:30 in the morning was a little much, but
it's not my fault you drink.
That's just me.
I wasn't pouring beers for you at that point. Well, maybe I was.
I think
we might have been together.
We were together. We were down at Kevin. I think that was the night we were in Kevin Rooney's place.
Oh my God!
Waiting for Tyson to show up.
Nothing good happens in fantasy sports after 2 a.m., folks. Nothing.
No. You wake up and you find out you traded your franchise and you're hungover. That's a tough start to your day.
And then you look at your roster, like, I got 13 extra players. How did I get all these guys? Like, what the hell?
And they're all second basemen.
Why do I have to cut all these guys I didn't even know I traded for? I just wanted one guy. How did this trade get that big? It's like Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich. It's like Fritz Peterson and Mike Kekich swapping wives. Like, did we I get the dog too? I didn't know that. I don't want the dog. I like my dog. You keep your dog, I'll keep my dog. No, your dogs, kids, everything. It's all good.
Everything.
I just wanted your wife, frankly. I don't want your kids. Kids suck. All right. We're gonna start at second base, and we're going to the second base. This is the crazy. This one's nuts. And the beauty of this of these rankings is you're going to see
Rogers Hornsby.
It is Rogers Hornsby. I'm trying to put the greatest position player of all time. Outfield is going to be a tough one. Outfield will be a debate. Here's a preview. It's going to be Willie Mays, but There's guys on here that are also going to be on the third base rankings.
Yeah, Garcia.
There's guys on here that
Sure.
might be on the outfield rankings as well. So this is the final rankings. This is how weak second base was this year.
Wow.
Marte missed some time. I get it. Jose Caballero, like really?
Wow, that's poor.
Like Javi Edwards played most of the season at shortstop.
Well, you take Garcia out, Edwards,
Take Garcia,
Rafaela.
Edwards, Rafaela, and Caballero out. And then when we get to what we ranked, it's not going to make any more sense because these are yours. And you had Marte, who was 5, Altuve 6, Albies, Jordan Westberg. We both liked him.
Yep. Yeah, he underwhelmed. Garcia was Semion's 84 years old.
Rengifo, like Bogarts. Horner had a really good year, right?
He did. He still doesn't hit home runs, but he does everything else. I got a new respect.
Brandon Lau had a really good year, right? But like take the 4 out, and all of a sudden Albies is in the top 12. Whoops. I'm getting the slides. I'm getting the slide line, so I can't see it. But Luis Garcia had a good year. The second base was tough. Like Luis Rengifo, who is a finalist for Gold Glove. I get to rant about that for a minute. The criteria is 138 games, 635 innings, I think. He played 76 games at third base and 74 games at second base, and he's a finalist for Gold Glove in the American League.
Wow.
And they did a better job this year than they've done in years past. Usually it was like the Silver Slugger Award winner is going to be the Gold Glove winner as well. But I was down on Terang because Terang's second half last year was awful. And I thought that like the Flash was the Flash. So I was down on him. I was way wrong.
Yeah.
I was lucky to have Jazz and be able to move him from third to second. But I had Rengifo to play both for flexibility, and he didn't start playing until September.
Hey, what is Bryson Stott's ceiling?
Oh, man, that's a great question because now I saw a couple people, Phillies fans today, that posted lineups for next year, and he's in a platoon. He can't hit lefties. That's a challenge. Good fielder. Played every day 2 years ago. Had a really good year. Had some pop. Stole a ton of bases. He had a bad year. He had a bad year this year. And maybe he just had a bad year. And maybe he didn't. Or maybe this is what he is. He can't hit left-hand pitching. I mean, everybody wants a new third baseman in Philadelphia. They've got him platooning with Edmundo Sosa at second base next year because Edmundo Sosa has become a fan favorite in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Plus, he's a good player, right? But Westberg was hurt all year, right? And Westberg should have been like Jackson Holliday was not on either of our lists, and he wasn't in the top 12. And Jackson Holliday was probably more effective than half the guys on this list.
Yeah, he's getting there. He's getting there.
I mean, Albies finished 14th because from August 1st-ish on, he became Ozzy Albies again. But yeah, that's a rough one. Shortstop's crazy.
Let's see.
It's not. these are ours. Let's go to the finals first. Little Hannes Wagner for you. So Witt, Lindor, Perdomo, who had a phenomenal year, Dela Cruz, Trevor Story, 5th. I mean,
that was remarkable.
He was healthy. He had
Yeah,
a really good year. Right? I was more surprised, I think, of anybody on this list that Gunnar Henderson ended up 6th.
Yeah, it's because everybody, including Uncle Ted, had him as MVP of the league.
Well, but statistically, he was the 6th ranked. He was fantasy-wise, he was the 6th ranked shortstop. Yeah. Abrams and Neto their stats are so close that they could have flip-flopped in either way. And Neto missed more time than Abrams for sure. Bichette missed a bunch of time, but his offensive stats were great. Adames and then Swanson.
And Swanson is another guy. Adames was awful.
Oh, he was on the
All-Star break.
When they made their charge end of August, he was the reason why they made that charge.
Yep.
I mean, he still finished with, bear with me for 1 minute. This is good podcast. This is good podcast filler right now as I scroll just very quickly. He hit 225, which is basically his career average. 30 homers, 87 RBIs, 94 runs, and 12 steals. I mean, that's his, pretty close to, I mean, he had 112 RBIs in 2024, but he hit 251. But his 3-year average is 29 homers, 97 RBIs, 83 runs, 11 steals, and a 236 average. So he's pretty much he pretty much had an average year for him, which is a pretty damn good year for a shortstop offensively.
Yeah.
But in June, there were leagues he was being cut.
Yep.
Like he was making the most dropped list on CBS in some of those leagues. He was getting dropped. We talked about him. He got paid. He doesn't care anymore. Well, he clearly does.
Yeah, it could be just another classic example. The guy who gets his cash, and with that comes pressure and expectations. It might have taken a little time to adjust to it.
Maybe. And they got Devers to hit behind him, which also didn't hurt.
That's true.
Your rankings, you were right on Witt. Mookie at 14.
He underwhelmed until what, August?
Yeah, he did. He did. He had a really good defensive year at shortstop.
Yeah. O'Neill Cruz,
maybe the pressure of playing shortstop every day and the need to be great wore on his hitting, because he couldn't hit a fastball in the first half, which was always his calling card. And in the second half, he turned it on. O'Neill Cruz is the most disappointing player on this list.
He just can't hit. 202.
He had the worst year of any player in Major League Baseball history that had 25 homers and 30 stolen bases. I saw that today. He was being put. He wasn't even playing every day at the end of the year, and he was their center fielder. So we did you did a better job than I did, because I had Seager. We both had Seager. I mean, I had bets much higher. I mean, Xavier Edwards, I really liked a lot. Ezekiel Torres, I missed on him bad. I too much preseason hype. I went into too much preseason hype on Ezekiel Tovar. I might go into that preseason hype again next year, because he was hurt much of the year this year. When he played, he was pretty good, but he wasn't certainly good enough, even a little bit.
3-2 Blue Jays, by the way. 2 runners, second and third. Varsho off the wall. It's going to be 5-2.
Still early. Could this be a series where the home team doesn't win any games?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, George Kirby's probably at 44 pitches right now, and that's probably his limit.
Oh, he's out. He's already.
They get him. I'm on a bit of a delay, I think, but
I'm trying to see if they pulled him yet. He won't be out for the. He won't be out for the 4th. There's no way. He's thrown. "51 pitches." Nah, he's right. He's pretty close. He's pretty close. Jesus.
Get Kevin Cash's black book out for this.
Yeah, my God. Dela Cruz was also disappointing this year.
He was, because
he was pick 1, and he was ADP open leagues. He was top 5.
He was the guy when we did our under 25 rankings. Who would you start a team with? He was my number 1 pick.
Yeah, he might have been mine too.
And then he sucked right after that.
Strikes out a lot. The whole team does. Strikes out a lot. He had a bad defensive year. He had a million throwing errors this year. He had a bad defensive year. There was nobody hitting around him that had any pop at all. He didn't steal as many bases as everybody thought. He did have a good. He had. I mean, statistically, he had a pretty decent. He had a decent enough year to be the 4th ranked shortstop in fantasy, but
yeah,
not like. I mean, we probably both would have thought it would have been him or Witt battling for number 1 going into the. At the end of the year. Lindor had a really good year. I mean, Seager's just not healthy. He just can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy.
Let me go to third base. This mess.
Hey,
some familiar names, right? Jeez, we've seen Chisholm before. I don't think Rafael Devers played an inning at third base this year. We've seen Mikhail Garcia's name. We've seen Jose Caballero's name. This is the position that killed many teams this year, right? When Lennon Sosa, Matt Chapman, Zach McKinstry, and Addison Barger are 8 through 12.
Yeah.
And Jose Caballero goes 7 through 12. Ramirez is Ramirez. Caminero was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Yes. Eugenio was amazing until he got traded. We were both down on Machado. He had a great year. Chisholm qualified at third base because he did play 20 games. But, I mean, Devers won't be a third baseman next year. Those rankings for next year should be interesting, right? Should be really interesting.
You're right.
Because who's going to be on them? And you compare them to our rankings. We both had Ramirez, Austin Riley.
Jeez.
Exhibit A as to why the Braves were terrible.
Yeah, you know what? This is 2 years in a row for him.
Vientos, we were both high on Vientos. Royce Lewis, that he ruined me. I was way too friggin' patient with him. Josh Young, Arenado, he was all right.
He was all right. He was okay.
I mean, I was high enough on Connor Norby. I had Vientos and Connor Norby in my National League only league as third baseman, and I was trying to find another third baseman the entire year. You had Caminero at 12.
Wow. I finished last. Is that a good time to remind everyone of that?
Yeah, probably. I had him at 8. I mean, Isaac Paredes was hurt. He was on his way to a really good year. A really good year. I mean, Alec Boehm, I thought would bounce back after they didn't trade him. I thought he'd bounce back. They couldn't get him out of here fast enough. They had to. I don't even know what his trade value is anymore. He was rumored to the Yankees for Will Warren. Yankees won't trade Will Warren for Alec Boehm now. Well, they don't need to because they got McMahon. But I don't even know what the value is for Boehm if they tried to trade him. He's not going to play first base, which is where he's played in the past. Vientos needs to find another position. He might be the Mets first baseman next year if they don't sign Alonso. And given what Alonso wants, they're not going to.
7 years, that ain't happening.
7 years. Jesus. Well, Schwarber wants 5. A 33-year-old DH. And the Phillies are probably going to pay it. And hey, Red Sox fans, your team's not paying that contract. You got a better chance of getting Bregman back than you do getting Schwarber or Alonso, to be honest with you. You're going to end up with Ty France and Marcelo Mayer trying to figure out how to play third base next year instead of second base. No,
hey, Todd.
You're right. He's not. Somebody will. Somebody's dumb enough to do it.
For Alonso?
Yeah.
No, he couldn't get anything last year. And he had a really good year, but he's a year older.
He's not a great first baseman.
No, he's a masher in the middle of your lineup. You got to give him that. But
yeah.
What's he, 31? Going to be 32 next year?
This is going to be a very, very, very interesting offseason because
it'll be another black eye on the Scott Boras.
I still believe as much as I am optimistic and praying that there will be baseball in 2027. I don't think there will be.
Yeah, I don't either.
And what happens this offseason, Bellinger and Tucker are going to be a good tell as to what teams are willing to give. Like if Bellinger wants 5, I'd give him 3 guaranteed and a player option in year 4. But he's 30. Tucker's only 28. Tucker should get paid more. He probably will. But he's going to probably want 7 years. It's the pitching that's going to be interesting, right? It's Gallen, it's Valdez. If these guys get huge contracts, there's no it'll be a good tell that the salary cap thing is going to be a real thing.
Yeah.
Hey, put a salary cap in, but do it like basketball. Do it like the NBA. There's a salary cap, and then you got penalties, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. And they're already paying luxury tax. The Dodgers are paying. I told you I saved this. The Dodgers are paying $150 million in luxury tax. The Mets are paying 71. The Phillies are paying 45. The Red Sox are paying $100,000. The Yankees are $52 million, and the Padres are $10 million. Toronto's paying $10 million. The lowly little engine that could Blue Jays with a $277 million payroll. If you're going to have a $752 million or $549 million payroll and pay $150, basically making your payroll $700 million, and you got the money to do it, then do it.
The rules say you can. You're right.
But NBA, you have to spend up to 90% of the salary cap.
They need a floor.
Well, that's the floor.
They need a hard.
And that's why I'm sure that the owners, if the players really dig in and they don't want the salary cap, but if they make it similar to the NBA, where the luxury tax payments are like they are in baseball already set up for that, but you got to spend 90% of the salary cap. Let's just say they set the salary cap at $200 million. That's 1, 2, 3,
180,
4,
right?
5. Make it 180.
180.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's half the league. That's the White Sox and the Marlins having to spend another $100 million on payroll because they were at 87 and 86 million.
Wow.
And if the White Sox were smart with all those young hitters, they'd extend them all tomorrow. That's how you get there. You extend your young players.
That's what the A's would do.
That's what the Braves did. That's what the Guardians did. Extend your young players. Do it when they're 22, 23 years old. Sign them for 6 years. When they're 28, they can go get their bag. And they can decide if what to like. It's like Jose Ramirez said in his offseason exit. They told me things were going to get done when I signed this contract. That's why I signed it. Now we'll see.
Yeah.
Because he's up in 2027, I think. Maybe he's got another year of this contract. And they're still young enough to get paid. They're on the back end of they're 27, 28, 29 years old. They're still going to get paid again. And how much different would the league be if instead of the Pirates having a payroll of 112 million, they had a payroll of 180, and they spent $70 million on bats to go with that pitching staff? Right? If the Reds spent $40 million on a power hitter,
yeah,
well, how much different would it be?
I want to go back to this list. We both had Royce Lewis ranked.
I am very close, very, very close to changing Royce Lewis's name to fuck Royce Lewis.
Just like Never Again Volpe for me.
But I'm terrified to do it because unlike Volpe, when Lewis is healthy, he hits.
Yeah.
But the when he's healthy thing, it's 2 years in a row he screwed me. Like, I got to stop being in love with her. I don't know what I got. Like, I need some therapy for that. Like, there's something going on with me and Royce Lewis, and Royce Lewis doesn't know it, clearly. It's like a little stalking thing, clearly. There's something going on between me and Royce Lewis, mostly between me with Royce Lewis, that, like, I got a better chance of dating Jessica Alba than Royce Lewis having a healthy season at this point. And that's not happening either. Jessica Alba threatened an order of protection against me. Royce Lewis has not yet.
By the way, I'm also chuckling because Brian Cashman is trending on Twitter right now.
Because tomorrow's their press conference and they're going to talk about nothing again, and it's going to be a bad Twitter.
Extend everybody. Everybody.
It's going to be a bad. The best news that's come out of Yankee land is that their third base coach is interviewing for the Orioles job. And how about once you interview, you got to leave? What about that?
Pujols, I saw mutual interest. Pujols and the Orioles.
I saw that too. I'm a little surprised by that. And not to the point where the Orioles would be interested in Pujols, because he did a good job for Team Puerto Rico and he wants to manage.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Angels didn't get that done.
George Kirby just gave up an 800-foot home run.
Yeah, to the resurgent
George Springer.
Is George Springer on a contract here?
Former Tri-City Valley Cat, George Springer.
They put him back out there.
Yeah.
How about that? They tried it. I can't believe it. They must have ripped up the spreadsheet.
Oh, maybe we get some weekend baseball out of this.
64 pitches, though. No, this is it. That might be his last pitch. 64.
He's gassed.
He's definitely gassed.
He's out of juice. Throw out the next guy and be done with it and get out of there. Unless he wants to take one for the team and give up 12 runs.
Yeah, just drill somebody.
Save the bullpen.
Just drill somebody. Just drill somebody right now and set the tone and show some balls on your home field and just get your fans fired up again and get a little brawl going, a little skirmish, Donnybrook, melee, whatever it is. Get it going and get after it and let's go.
Have at it. All right. Next week, World Series preview extravaganza.
A World Series preview extravaganza and an outfield recap. That'll be interesting. I'm sure. Biggest crapshoot position in Major League Baseball. After you get past the first two, it's like it's going to be those projections are going to be crazy. I haven't got that far yet. I was going to do them all just because I wanted to prove to myself that I was as dumb as I thought I was this year.
You are.
Yeah, I am. I'm so far so good. I'm so far so we've moved our way around the infield, and I have proven that I don't deserve to win. That's how I don't deserve it.
It all looks so good in March when you put the charts together.
Pitching will make me look brilliant.
Okay.
Bullpen probably not, but starting pitching I'll probably look pretty smart. I didn't do well. Bopping around the infield. Trade for Harper was a good move for me, even though he had a down year. Having Chisholm was a good move for me. Everything else, drafting Neto was a good move for me. Keeping Lewis, no. Not even a little bit. Drafting Rengifo, no. Not even a little bit. Yainer Diaz, no. Nope.
All righty. Well, on that no note.
Yeah, pretty dumb.
Hey, before we get to quick prediction time. How long do these league championship series go?
I'd like to think the Brewers will steal a game somewhere, somehow. I'm a little surprised Brandon Woodruff's still hurt, to be honest with you.
Yep.
But like after tonight, like Max Scherzer in Game 4 for Toronto. Oh boy.
No.
Wow.
Bad move.
Well, talk about he may be going out with a bang of all bangs. I think it's going to be Brandon Wu for Seattle, so that's not good. And Miller was phenomenal in Game 1, so I'm not. They'll probably both go 5.
5. The
longer they go, the better it is because it adds more drama. But of the two series, if any team could come back and win a series, Toronto could, because they're kind of like what they're both good at, the other team's not. So they're good at exposing what the other team's not good at. But the Dodgers are too good for the Brewers.
Too good. Yep.
Right now,
I agree.
Right now, who's Game 3? Glasnow? Ohtani in Game 4.
They may never lose again.
They might not lose another game in the offseason. They might not lose another game.
You're killing our buzz.
Yeah. Then we can talk about. Yeah. Then we can talk about. Well, that's what you get when you pay $500 million for players.
That's true. That's what you're supposed to do.
Steal players and give it every Asian player. Here we go. There's 3 more guys getting posted. They're going to be Dodgers next year too. We can go through all that, like whatever. But you know what I care about? Are they going to produce if I draft them? So I can maybe actually get a chance to get my name back on the trophy one more time in my lifetime. That's really all I care about.
True.
And in head-to-head, are they going to be healthy in the last 2 weeks so I don't get choked out by my own player?
All right. We will catch you all next week.
Peace.
Be good.